Last episode, we left you here.
Well, I'm gonna back up to on this side,
Okay.
beside the trailer.
We ended our last video with a to be continued because honestly, we weren't ready to talk about what happened.
I don't want to hit the side of the truck on the trailer. Yeah.
We clipped the corner
Yeah.
of the trailer with the truck, and today we are showing you the damage and what went wrong. They say you learn something every day. Today we learned exactly how much space we didn't have.
So future Nelson here, we're gonna call this segment, because I've seemed to have come up with many segments in this young YouTube career. We're gonna call this segment, What the Hell Just Happened with Nelson? So you've seen a little snippet of the video. So in the comments, maybe right now, let me know what you think happened, and then I'll fill you in on what actually happened. So the reason we were doing all of this, and it was supposed to be a very simple task before leaving to go back home, was we needed a total measurement of the truck and trailer for a ferry ride that we were going on in a couple weeks. So it was just a simple back the truck up beside the trailer, get an approximate measurement, add a little bit, the ferry will be happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy. Turns out everyone's happy except for one person after all this. So let me walk you through what happened, and let me walk you through maybe what not to do and what to do if you're ever wanting to back your vehicle up beside your RV to get an approximate measurement for a ferry ride. The first thing, and I've learned this last year, when you have a dually and even towing just something small like a boat trailer or a utility trailer, you should put your mirrors out to see everything properly. And I've learned that last year with the boat trailer, trying to launch it over here. And doing this little task, I didn't put the mirror out because, I mean, that's simple. And so step one, no matter how simple you think the task is that you're doing, put your mirror out. It takes 2 seconds and you'll have a much better view of what you're trying to back up to.
We decided to step outside and look at the mistake in the eye. Nelson, tell him what the hell just happened.
So tip number 2 is when I backed in onto this side of the RV, which would be the driver's side of the RV, but the passenger side of the truck was here. At this time of day, this is the shaded spot, so technically the dark spot, which is even harder to see what you're trying to do. And with the mirror not flipped, it shouldn't have been on this side. Where I should have backed in was on this side of the RV, which would have had full sun. On top of all that, the driver's side would have been on this side. I could have easily stuck my head out the window to make sure all the clearances was good. The third thing that went wrong was when I'm backing up on this side, Noelle was standing basically here as I was backing up, and I didn't really convey the plan fully, I guess, because her thought is that she was going to watch to see when my rear wheels lined up with the fifth wheel pin, because that's approximately where the hitch would be in the box of the truck. So she was watching for my rear wheels, not watching for anything else. So in my view, again, mirror not flipped up to see properly, thought everything was good. What I could see was her doing this, telling me to back up, back up, back up. Where she should have been standing was on this side, so she could have clearly seen the side of the truck and the trailer. It's not her fault. It's, like I said, it's a collective series of errors, rookie mistakes, I guess you could say, even though I'm not really a rookie at this. So in recap, if you're ever backing up your truck next to your RV or anything else and you don't want to land up with a big dent and scratch that's probably going to be thousands of dollars to fix. In my opinion, what went wrong? 1, the mirror wasn't out. 2, communication on my end wasn't clear enough until after it happened. 3, your spotter should be standing in a spot where that spotter can actually see everything. The 4th one, probably the most important one, is if you do have a choice on backing into the dark side or the light side, maybe pick the light side so you'll be able to see for sure what's going on. So if you can do me a favor, if you happen to like this content or you want to see more of me backing into stuff, maybe throw a like and a subscribe if you're not already. If you don't like this video, like it anyway, because that's just a nice thing to do. And if you have a comment, or if you want to even share your stories on something that you might have had, because we do have some other stuff planned for later on this summer. And if you really want, because we're trying to build like a little community. So if you've had your own little mishap you want to share, just leave it in the comments below, because we're just trying to build something for a little community, and we're just people helping people. People helping people. So now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Pretty brave. I don't know where it went. Oh shit.
So what we were thinking is this decal that we're going to make. We were thinking that put it starting at the exhaust fan and then working down. I know it's going to be off-center to the back of the RV, but I think it would look best if we centered it between the window and the fridge, and then with this vent coming down. That's going to be the plan. We were trying to get stuff done. The sun actually came out, and now it's not out anymore. It was thundering earlier. It could only do this during the week. So Noelle's going to try to sew up these sunshades and see what happens, I guess.
It works in my mind. So let's see if it works on paper. Well, in real life.
So now it's about, I think it's about a half hour. Oh no, an hour later. And we go from rain to this. Been doing this pretty much all morning. As we were starting to get set up to put our decals on, you'll never guess what happened. Started raining again. Okay, round two.
Put this in there. Make sure it's lined up.
We started making the decals for the back of the RV, and we were just about to roughly map it out. And it's a typical weekend where during the week it was nice and sunny and 30-some degrees, and now it's pouring rain.
Sticker. Well, after 4 hours of working and
bug bites.
and trying to beat the rain, we finally got it done. Do you guys want to see? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. What do you guys think? I know we're not professionals, but at least we tried, and I think it turned out pretty good for our first time.
I think so.
Yeah, teamwork. So leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, and if you see us, make sure you honk that horn now that you see our skin.
And put a comment on how many bug bites you think we got during doing this.
What they're bad. Black mice.
Especially with the rain on and off today.
Yeah, and walking in the grass, for sure. For sure.
So after you're done emptying your black tank and flushing it if you have to. Now we're not being sponsored by Liquified, but just showing that this is what we use. And we tried a bunch of different products. This one works really, really well. And it's very easy to use. For our size of tank, all you need is 1 ounce. So you just fill it up to the 1 ounce and put water in your bowl, dump it down. Now for our size of tank, because you do have to have water inside of your black tank, Otherwise, all the solids will just build and have nowhere to float around. I know that's gross, but that's the way it works. So for what I found works best for us is you fill the toilet bowl about 8 times with water, and that gives enough water inside to do its thing. So you just do that, flush it down, and you're good for, depending on how much you use the bathroom. But normally you're good for about a week, and then you have to dump. So without saying exactly where we're going next week, there's a little bit of curiosity, and we've done this before, but I don't know, some of you may already know this, but as you get older, you forget. So I know we've done this before, and I know before you say it in the comments, it has to be hooked up to the truck to really get an accurate how tall this trailer is going to be. It still has to go up more. But I don't want to wait till it's hooked up to do this. Because if it happens that we're a little bit too tall, I'd rather know now. And hopefully I don't break the eaves. So if my lovely assistant hold the tape on the ground, what should you do? So right now it's 12.2, and that's got to come up quite a bit. So from what we said, the 12.8 should be fine. Yeah. I know on the specs, no, the specs of the trailer says 12.2 is the specs of the trailer. Now, I watched somebody do this. Yeah, but I've never been. Yeah, well. Well, I'm not going to lie, these ladders are very expensive, but they're very handy to have, because if you're like me and you have the legs the height of an ant, it's really hard to get. I don't know if you guys could see the camera shaking, but the camera girl is laughing for some reason behind camera. She should turn it so you guys can see how much she's laughing. So anyway, as I was saying, if your legs are yay long, to try to hop onto the ladder in the back of the trailer, I need a ladder to get onto the ladder in the back of the trailer. And the way this trailer is set up, like most trailers, to get back onto the ladder from the roof when you're vertically challenged, plus afraid to fall off the roof, somebody tends to freeze during this process, which is embarrassing when you're at a campground. Because it already happened in Niagara Falls, our first ever trip. We were parked under a tree, sort of like this, for a couple days. It was really windy, so there was going to be stuff on top of these slides. So I went up on the roof to sweep them. The people behind us, to me it was a big party, watching me to do it, because they were all sitting there in lawn chairs, and I froze on the roof. I was soaking wet by the time I got down, and I swore that would never happen again. So now we bought this. So now I set this up. I go and sweep from a normal height on a normal ladder.
And a different angle.
And we bought a leaf blower. So then I just go up there, I blow it all off, and I'm done. I'm not ashamed to say, I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but I'm definitely afraid of falling. And the older you get, the more it hurts when you land. So that's it. So we should be good for the height for the mystery trip that we're going on. For this video, I guess that's it. So join us on the next one because it's going to be a good one, trust me. So subscribe, do the little bell so you get notified because you probably won't want to miss this one. Until next time, catch you somewhere down the road. Bye.